Something is happening inside the MAGA movement right now that no one predicted, not the media, not the Democrats, and certainly not Donald Trump. The people who built him, promoted him, defended him through everything are turning on him. And the reason is a single decision that shattered the one promise that held the entire movement together: no more endless foreign conflicts. I watched it happen in real time. And what I am about to tell you is the story of how the most powerful political movement in modern American history started eating itself alive. Let me take you back to Saturday morning, February 28th. Americans woke up to breaking news that the United States and Israel had launched a massive military operation against Iran. They called it Operation Epic Fury. Within hours, Tehran was burning. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was confirmed gone. Senior military and political officials eliminated in coordinated strikes. It sounded like a decisive military victory. And for the first few hours, the president's supporters cheered. But then the questions started. Why now? Why Iran? And who actually made this decision? Tucker Carlson, who had visited the White House just days earlier, gave his answer to ABC News. He called it absolutely disgusting and evil. Those 4 words detonated inside the MAGA world like nothing I have ever seen. This is not some liberal commentator. This is Tucker Carlson, the man who commands one of the largest audiences in conservative media, the man who sat across from Trump in the Oval Office last week. And he just called the president's signature military operation evil. But Tucker was not alone. On Steve Bannon's War Room, the flagship show of the America First movement, guest Kurt Mills of the American Conservative said it out loud: "We got here at the behest of a foreign power. This looks like an open betrayal of the base." Bannon, who once ran Trump's campaign, let it air without pushback. Think about that. The man who helped create MAGA is now platforming people calling Trump a traitor to his own voters. Megyn Kelly said she had serious doubts about the strategy and said publicly that the service members who have been lost did not pass away for the United States. They passed away for Israel. Trump responded by attacking her on the record, saying she should study her history book. He dismissed Tucker's opinion entirely, saying it did not matter to him. The peace president was now at open conflict with his own media allies. Then came the confession that blew the whole thing wide open. On Monday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio stood in front of reporters at the Capitol and said something that no one in the administration was supposed to admit. He said, "We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we did not go after them first, we would suffer higher casualties." Let me translate what Rubio just said. The United States did not launch this operation because Iran was attacking us. The United States launched this operation because Israel was going to attack Iran, and the administration decided to join rather than stop it. Senator Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Intelligence Committee, walked out of the classified briefing and said there was no imminent threat to the United States. There was a threat to Israel. Congressman Joaquin Castro said Israel put U.S. forces in harm's way by insisting on this attack. But here is what makes it even worse. The New York Times reported that Tucker Carlson actually went to the White House and tried to talk Trump out of the strikes. And Trump told him he had no choice because Israel was going to attack anyway. Netanyahu himself confirmed this on Fox News when he said, "This coalition allows us to do what I have yearned to do for 40 years. 40 years. This was not America's emergency. This was Netanyahu's lifelong ambition, and he got an American president to fund it with American tax dollars and American lives." I say this as someone who fought for this man. I stood in front of thousands of people and told them he was different. I told them he would end the endless conflicts, not start new ones. I told them America First meant exactly that. We believed it. Millions of us believed it. And now 6 American service members have come home in flag-draped coffins from a military operation that our own Secretary of State admitted was triggered by Israeli plans, not an American emergency. Hundreds of Iranian civilians have perished including reports of a strike on a school in southern Iran that took over 160 lives. Rubio was asked about it. He said the United States would not deliberately target a school and referred the question to the Department of Defense. That is not an answer. That is a deflection. And the fracture inside MAGA keeps growing wider by the hour. Matt Walsh posted, "So far we have heard that although we eliminated the whole Iranian regime, this was not a regime change operation. And although we obliterated their nuclear program, we had to do this because of their nuclear program. And although Iran was not planning any attacks on the U.S., they also might have been." He exposed in 3 sentences what the administration could not explain in 3 days. Conservative commentator Benny Johnson, who built his entire brand on supporting Trump, said, "I have mixed emotions on all of this. It is bad. It is really bad. I was promised that this would not turn into a larger regional conflict." Rand Paul, a sitting Republican senator, wrote that the Constitution gives the power to declare conflict to Congress specifically to make it less likely, and that his oath of office requires him to oppose another presidential military operation without authorization. He and Democrat Tim Kaine are forcing a bipartisan war powers vote this week. Republican Thomas Massie, who co-sponsored the resolution, said this is not America first. And then there is Mark Levin, who represents the other side of this civil conflict. Levin called Tucker, Megyn, and Bannon traitors. He called the operation spectacular and humane. He compared critics to enemy sympathizers. The MAGA movement is now literally calling each other traitors on national television. Do you see what is happening? This is not a policy disagreement. This is an identity crisis. MAGA was built on a promise: no more sending American sons and daughters into foreign conflicts for foreign interests. That was the core. That was the soul. Tucker believed it. Bannon believed it. The late Charlie Kirk believed it before he was taken from us. Kirk warned months ago that regime change in Iran was insane and would result in a bloody civil conflict. He was right about everything, and he is not here to say it. I left Congress over this. They called me a traitor for demanding the truth. Trump himself attacked me, revoked his endorsement, tried to end my career because I asked the questions no one else would. But now Tucker Carlson is asking the same questions. Megyn Kelly is asking the same questions. Steve Bannon is platforming the same questions. Rand Paul is filing the same constitutional objections. The difference is I asked them months ago and was destroyed for it. They are asking them now because 6 Americans are gone, and the Secretary of State just admitted on camera that Israel made the call. Congress is voting on war powers this week. The bipartisan Massie resolution would require the president to get congressional approval before any further military operations. Most Republicans will vote to protect Trump. But the cracks are showing. Every day this operation continues. Every service member who does not come home, every civilian school that gets hit, the cracks get wider. The MAGA base did not sign up for this. They signed up for America first, not Israel first. They signed up for no more endless conflicts, not Operation Epic Fury. They signed up for a peace president, not a president who told Tucker Carlson he had no choice but to follow Netanyahu's timeline. The movement that put Trump in power is fracturing over the one promise he cannot explain away. And the people who are doing the fracturing are not Democrats. They are not liberals. They are the people who built MAGA from the ground up. When your own army turns on you, that is not opposition. That is a reckoning. The question now is not whether Trump can win this military campaign. The question is whether MAGA can survive it. Because a movement built on no more foreign conflicts just started, the biggest one in a generation. And the people who believed that promised the most are the ones speaking up the loudest. Share this video right now. Send it to every American who was promised no more endless foreign operations. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, because what is coming next will make this look like the beginning, and the people in power will do anything to keep you from hearing it. The truth does not care about algorithms. It just needs you.